All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there are multiple ways in which you can receive this information. But my favorite way to access it is the blog. And the blog is parked at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. And I know that's a lot to remember, so I put in wherever you are watching or listening, there should be a prompt of something like more, open, description, info, intro, something like that. If you activate that, another box opens and it has a link to the blog, the free blog. You don't even have to put your email address in. And this one, you might are going to want to go to the blog. There's an image there, and then there's this article, but it was really long with stuff, and so I put the link there. All right, and if this cuts off abruptly, it is what it is. This crazy thing is telling me I only have a certain amount of time, and I should not because I deleted a bunch of stuff. So just a warning in case it cuts off abruptly. It's me, not you. All right, so I'm not going to do all that stuff, but wherever I post, my FX Buddies. Oh, that's my phone. Let me, so remember I had been battling with the phone and I lost. So I had to get a new phone. It is not a new phone, it is an 8. I think they're up to what, 20 now? It's an iPhone. I think they're up to 20, so it's an 8, but it's going to have to do. Someone brokered a nice little affordable deal for me. Oh, but if they're listening, they know what I mean. So if you are someone that has my phone number, I don't care if it's been a year, it's the same number. Please send me a text saying this is, whatever your name is, because I have to reconstruct my contacts. And it's my own fault. I didn't do, all the stuff you're supposed to do. So, yeah, now I'm paying for it. But, yes, so thank you for letting me indulge in that. All right. Okay, so it is Saturday, June 28th, and I was not going to post until I saw this video. So the title that, excuse me, this article, the title that you'll see here is Will Iraq Greenlight Kurdistan's Oil Again? But look at the title of the article. Stay tuned. That's what they put there. Stay tuned. An expanded meeting will be held tomorrow, Sunday, in Baghdad to discuss the re-export of the region's oil. So they really talk about a cliffhanger or, whatever. They put that out there. So that is not me being clickbaitish. That is them with their marketing strategy, right? Ah, so yeah, we're just waiting. And the they had two types of uh, delegations that were going to meet. One they were calling a technical delegation, and the other was a different name. But it does seem, oh yeah, see here, after the technical delegation, so I'm moving to the next article if you're following along with me. After the technical delegation, a political delegation from Baghdad awaits arrival in Erbil to resolve outstanding issues. We know what they are: the oil, the costs, the salaries, guaranteed payment, right? Guaranteed payment of past and future money owed. So you see, there it is right there. Resolution as well as resumption of oil exports from the region to the world. Look at that. All right, so you can read that. And then here, Epicor says 2 conditions for resuming the region's oil. Same thing. They want to start the pipeline immediately, but they want a written agreement by both sides and a mutual understanding. And one of them we know is payment. Let's see. Financial dues and cash upon arrival. But it doesn't look like the other one's there. Or just that they'll obtain their rights transparently and as quickly as possible. All right, and I think this is another one. Yeah, a representative reveals details of the negotiation sessions between the region and Baghdad, and why. Why are they revealing anything when they're not done, right? But so he was there. They've arrived 2 days ago, but they're not really saying anything new, at least in this article. Who knows what they said on TV, right? And I fully believe that they're saying stuff to them on their TV that they're not putting in the articles because they know we're over here looking at the articles. All right. Iraq's trade landscape. The private sector accounts for the largest share of imports. And isn't that a lovely picture of the CBI and the surrounding? The only thing, these are numbers, see, it's from today, which I think they put this information out on Thursday too, but this is today. It says right there Saturday. And there's a bunch of numbers there. You know how I feel about numbers. I kind of glaze over them, but they're there if you want to read them. But and there's only 3 sentences in that article. He pointed out that government imports included consumer imports, capital imports, petroleum product imports, other government imports, and currency printing. Oh, wow, this is early. Why did I rearrange the articles? So usually I try to have my buy me a coffee and Cash App in the middle for timing. But since I moved some stuff around, so this will be a live link when the blog is live. So if you want to go there, send me a little money to buy me a coffee, that would be nice. Or Cash App, Tish Wash, $, T as in Tom, I, S as in Sam, H, WASH. Okay, now look at this picture. I don't know if this is real. I think it is though, but it was on Twitter and someone X sent it to me and I retweeted it. But you see this? So that's where Iran was. Actually, no, they got him. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. And he's gone. And look at who's here. If I make this, it's going to get blurry. But maybe you can go to the blog and see it better. But look here. This is the Syrian president. That's Sisi. That's the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince. Bin Salman Aziz and all that. Those names. And these other people I can't make out because they're too blurry. I think this is this is the Omani guy. He's Omani. And maybe he's from Qatar. But you see this? The Abraham Alliance, which we say accords, but that it's time for a new Middle East. And you wonder why this is taking so long. It has totally evolved, I believe. The revalue of the Iraqi dinar has totally evolved from what it was initiated to be. As time has gone on and new people have come in power, yeah. But so if that is an accurate picture, it's very telling, right? All right. Government departments will stop accepting cash payments after 2 days. But 15 million Iraqis still have no electronic card. Okay, this means the government. It's not the whole country. The whole country doesn't even have the setup to go digital. So it's the government. Like we go to the DMV. That's a government institution, right? What else? Your taxes, your property taxes, maybe. No, I guess those are state. But there's things that you go to deal with the government, and sometimes you need to make payments. They are the ones that are no longer taking cash. They're strictly electronic, and they can do that because it's a smaller way to start, right? Okay. Now, if you don't believe me, oh yeah, this is the one that talks about they don't have them. The population of Iraqis is approximately 46 million, of whom 17 million are under the age of 15. So what do they need a card for? Meaning there are approximately 29 million adults. Meanwhile, the number of electronic payment cards is approximately 23 million, although most cards may be duplicated. So cut that in half, meaning they are owned by the same person. So there's no way they're doing, and I just don't get why people don't understand that. It's not the whole country, not yet. That was Sudani's desire. July 1st, actually January 1st, right? Was supposed to be everything digital, but here we are. All right, we're at 11 minutes. Let me hurry up. So this is a nice article, Electronic Payment, a step towards enhancing financial confidence and reducing corruption. You're right. But look at that nice ATM, give you a little bit of privacy. No shade though, because look, there's a hole above it. And that looks like it's not at a bank either. I don't know, but so, in light of rapid technological developments globally, the shift to digital payment systems has become a necessity to enhance the efficiency of financial and government services, especially in countries undergoing transitions like Iraq. Yeah, so you can read that. It looks long, but it's really not, and it's very easy to read too. And that some people now see this is what they want. I never leave the card behind. I use it to purchase credit, fill up fuel. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. If there was just a weird noise, that was me. I just did something I shouldn't have. But it's still recording. Okay. And shop online easily and quickly. All the things they want them doing, right? So he's a good little. Do they use the word sheeple over there? I don't think so. They probably don't. But yeah, so yeah, okay, it is long, but it's interesting because they talk to the citizens, and I always like to hear what the citizens are thinking and experiencing. Okay, Iraq moves to sign pew pew contracts with 5 countries for their air defense system. So you can read that. So I'm just pretty much going to do titles. There's a lot of articles today, but this thing is blinking at me, and I think it's going to shut off. All right. Sharp fluctuations in the value of the Iranian currency amid regional tensions between Tehran and Tel Aviv. So you could read this. They are like they were 1,000,000 reals to the dollar, and see here they even go by Toman. Then they were in the 940 range yesterday or today, Saturday. They were 833. So the value is slowly coming back to their currency, and I'm hoping that is something that they'll see and go, maybe we should stick with this ceasefire, and maybe we should negotiate and see if, we can work with this and things will continue to get better. That's what I hope. And also, this guy, the Syria envoy, Tom Barrack, he went to the Kurdish region. So they might really get this oil deal done, even though he's the envoy for Syrian affairs. He's basically Middle East, and I think he's been in this position before, but not Syria, maybe some other um, country. But I, yeah, the fact that he's going there now, meeting with the son Barzani during this like crucial time to deal with the oil and the salaries, makes me think we might really see something happen. They had an article about the trade with Iraq and China. Now, normally I wouldn't care, you know me, about stuff like that, but it caught my eye that much of this business is done in dollars. So that's going to keep, see right here? So the guy, who I think he's a economic expert, he called for the establishment of a direct financial and trade exchange platform between Iraq and China. And they've called for this before. And remember, probably we, had said, or the Treasury, right? Just different name, but it's still us, had said that they could take Chinese yuan, but it only lasted like a month and a half. And then they went right back to dollars. So if they could deal direct dinar to yuan, and here Turkey uses lira, Turkish lira to IQD, that would help reduce dependency on the dollar and create confidence in the citizens and all of that. So yeah, so that's why I put that there, because there's a place where the dollar is being used that I didn't think it was anymore. And here's our buddy Maliki. Iraq must be at the forefront of countries seeking reform and building a strong state. Yeah, because they're talking about rebuilding Syria, and the other one, they're still dropping kablooies on Lebanon. There's headlines saying that this week we might see a ceasefire in Pizza Land, but the short four-letter word name for Pizza Land starts with, oh, Aza. Yeah, Aza, right? So that would be nice, right? If we could get that. So lots of things going on, lots of talking. It seems quiet, but there's lots going on. Here they're talking about liquidity, cash liquidity. Oh, excuse me, I forgot to read the title. The hardest month for Iraqi salaries. They had the holiday of Eid and this Ashura holiday, the the conflict, the 12-day conflict. So yeah, they're like, so that's why those of you who haven't gotten paid, that's why you haven't gotten paid, because look at all this stuff we were dealing with. However, this is just Wasit. Oh no, maybe it's 3. 4. Wasit, Basra, Nineveh, and Diyala. And then also it said in here, teachers, they get paid like here, 600,000 to 700,000 dinars on average. That's their salary. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Um, oh, here, this was a Bloomberg article. So that Accelerate Energy company that may be the one to get to do the floating thing in the ocean with the liquefied natural gas. They're tradable. They're a public company, and they're tradable. And I thought, they were talking about that on Bloomberg. All right, this is a report. I wasn't going to talk about it. It actually was like 3 days ago, but they're still running it. They're still running it in various places, so they must want it seen. So I thought I would post it because it is interesting. And I've always said, so supposedly those who know, they say that the way that we refine, maybe even extract, maybe even the way we extract oil is the cleanest it's cleaner technology than others. I'll say that. But what's the other word? Refining. Ooh, I'm not sure why she's barking. The refining technology is advanced. And I've always said we should sell our refining technology to these countries, right? And so here, what does this say? Washington Institute suggests Iraq replicates Saudi Arabia's experience in exploiting associated gas. But that is one of the things that they talk about in here is learning other ways they need to stop flaring gas, right? That pollutes the air and wastes the gas, right? And some other stuff. So it's about energy. and they talk about other countries and things. So this is the portion, the one that I have here on the blog is the one they're running in Iraq's news, but also one of these, either this here or this here, is going to be a link to the full report. And it's done a Washington Institute. Oh, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so if you want to read that, that's there. We're almost done. Or just reading what they put in their paper, in their publications, may be enough for you. It was for me, let me tell you. All right, let's see. Okay, so here, there's some little stuff going on. There always has to be some drama, right? So apparently the US president is saying negative things about Khomeini. There was very much chatter, and I think we talked about that in the last blog. Who got the victory? We got the victory. No, we got the victory. You didn't do as much damage as you think you did, right? So there's all this talk that because there's proud people involved could escalate. And so now here's another thing saying, well, this is Arakchi, the Tehrani and whatever. He's the guy that goes to the negotiations. He's like, well, you better stop talking bad about him or we're not going to come to the table. And you know, they're serious. You can't talk about their holy book, right? And apparently you can't talk about their supreme leader. But there's other stuff, but I don't want to talk about it. I want to focus on all this good stuff. And so I will post tomorrow if anything. I want to see what they're telling their people to stay tuned for, right? There's nothing about the money, nothing about the rates. But yeah. So, all right. Now, this is the fun thing, Iraqi gaming market research report. But let me just say all this stuff really quick in case it ends abruptly. At 11 minutes and 11 seconds, a little icon's going to pop up in the right corner, I think. And you can tap that if you'd like to subscribe. I made it real easy for you. I would appreciate if you would hit the like button if you are watching, the thumbs up, like if you're watching on YouTube. I thank everyone who has done that. I thank everyone for the comments. I hope you had a wonderful Saturday. I hope you're staying hydrated if you're in the parts of America that are boiling right now. And yeah, follow, subscribe, join, because I don't post regularly. Like I didn't post Friday, right? Remember I said if there's nothing post worthy, I'm not going to post. So I don't post regularly. And if you activate those things, those follow like thingies, right? If everything works like it's supposed to, subscription methods, right? Subscription methods, is that what you would call those? Then you'll be notified that I updated and then you can go watch it. Okay. Oh, and accumulate while we wait for the rate. Now don't hang up. I'm gonna go over this Iraqi iGaming market research report and tell you how to get directly to it. But I'm just saying all this stuff in case the thing disconnects me. Yeah, accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. All right. So, Iraqi iGaming market research report. So I have the link here. And if you are into things like, I don't gamble online, but I play bingo. Bingo. Yeah. I kind of have an addictive, just a little bit of addictive trait. So yeah, gambling is not something I need to learn how to do. I just, when you know yourself, you know what to stay away from. So they even say traditionally it's prohibited, but when it's digital, right, there's some special rules, I guess. And here the population for Iraq, about 40 million, median age about 20 years. So they did their research, right? Because they have to know who they can target. Look at this, active online players, about 5 million. Most popular games, mobile action, strategy, multiplayer, casino, and sports betting. And they are big on their sports, let me tell you, just like we are. So yeah, so I have actually I have the link in two places. So if you want to see this, you go to the blog. It's all the way down at the bottom. It's the last thing. So if you don't want to, scroll through all the other um, articles, just go directly to the bottom of the page and it's there. There's one link there. And if you can't see that one because you're on a mobile device, here's the huge. To see the rest, click here, and this is what it will look like. And they also have, oh, and really quick, did you see, um, oh, Vietnam, they have one of these reports for Vietnam. But did you see, we lost another bank. And when did they release it? Friday night, like they always do, late Friday. You can look it up. It's something in Texas. I should have had that ready. But I was so frustrated fighting with this stupid computer. And mm, the first buddy, but he lost privileges. Elon Musk. Elon Musk has been approached by Brazil. Brazil. They want Starlink and whatever else comes with Starlink. Yeah, so isn't that amazing? I mean, he paid a pretty penny, I guess, for that exposure, but yeah, just to have. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I hope you can't hear that. I just activated something and it's talking. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you. Um, Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you're indulging in this content. And there we go. Woo. Until next time, take care. Thank you.